on this Tuesday is a New York Times best-selling author, Mr. John Gilstrap. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning. Great to be here.
He is confused about his camera and the tallest co-host we've ever had, Mr. Jonathan Bodwell.
Good morning.
What's the problem there, Johnny?
Nothing. The camera was just a little low.
The camera's confused by his height.
Yeah, the camera, I think my
Was
height.
the camera low or are you just a little tall?
I might be a little tall.
A lot of tall. 6'7". By the way, we do this show annually, so make sure you notify if you got your grandma, your aunts, any elderly relatives, or yourself if you're getting close to 65 or you're currently enrolled in Medicare and you need to take a look at your options coming up during the open enrollment season. John Bodwell in the 9 o'clock hour. It's our all Medicare hour.
Yep.
Any of your questions are welcome, and this is always one of the more popular shows we do on the program. I get a lot of feedback from this. So that's in the 9 o'clock hour. So after the 9 o'clock break, John, are you joined by Michelle Terwilliger this year?
Michelle Terwilliger will be here. Yes.
Very good.
And there are more changes to Medicare this year than there have ever been. So everybody needs to pay attention.
It's an important hour coming up.
Very.
And then later this evening, people can go to the Scarborough Library. How's that for a segue?
Yes, go ahead and plug away. Yeah, and that's at 5:30, right?
5:30 tonight, I'm doing a program called Finding Your Artistic Voice Through the Noise. It's exactly that for people who are in the arts. Obviously, it's going to be an emphasis on writing, but it's applicable to any of the arts. How to get through all the negative noise about it's impossible to either to make a living or just to find success in the arts, or even to break the performance block or the writer's block that you might have. It's more of a workshop than a lecture, but it'll be a good time at the library at 5:30.
Free of charge.
And at 5 o'clock tomorrow, I will be at the Holiday Inn on Foxcroft. We are doing a Medicare event where we are going to be talking more about Medicare, talking about Medicare plans and analyzing people's plans and asking a bunch of questions at 5 o'clock at the Holiday Inn.
And
Yes, and now it's his turn for his next one. There we go.
And then on Saturday, our guest in this segment is Dr. Chuck Bishop. He is the Superintendent of Schools in Jefferson County. Got that title in 2023. He joins us via telephone. Dr. Bishop, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
So into year number 3 on the job here, I guess this is one of the growth counties, of course, Jefferson County in the state of West Virginia. It presents its own challenges and such. And in addition to that, we also have a lot of folks who are opting for homeschooling or alternate choices for their education options. It is October, so that means you should have at least a pretty good idea of what your attendance numbers are and your enrollment numbers for Jefferson County in the 2025 school year. Do you have a handle on that number yet, Dr. Bishop?
And we're right around, actually, we're getting ready to submit our official report to the West Virginia Department of Education, and we're right around 8,300 students, which is a little bit lower than we were last year, by about 40 kids. As you said, there are many options here in West Virginia for alternative education options and parent choice. So we continue to see an increase in Hope Scholarship students and fewer homeschool students now. Most people are moving toward the Hope Scholarship, but all told about 1,300 students who are either in homeschool or Hope Scholarship.
Do you have many students who assume those scholarships and then still participate in the Jefferson County school system in sports and activities?
We do, and I don't have that number right in front of me, but anecdotally, yes. We have students who come in and take courses in our schools to supplement what they're doing through the Hope Scholarship or their homeschool program. We have some who participate in athletics or other extracurricular activities. We do have some students who choose to still participate in the public schools.
How is that going in terms of smoothness and acceptability for those in and out of the school system on a daily basis?
You know, a lot of the students know each other. They might have been students in our school district before. They've participated in church or community activities, recreational sports, those kinds of things. So many of our students who are coming in to just take a course here or there to participate in an extracurricular activity already know many of the students that are in their classes or who they're participating with.
This year we have the aides now that are also up to third grade. So K through 3, I believe we are supposed to be at all those levels in regards to specialists and those who are assisting. I understand that's helping to bring up reading scores and such. Are you fully staffed from that end?
We are. We were able to fill our third grade ECAT positions, those assistant classroom teachers. We are piloting a project at Wright Denny Intermediate School, which allows the use of interventionists for every 2 classrooms. So Wright Denny has 4 third grade classrooms, and we have 2 interventionists that are supporting those 2 classrooms. So we just wanted to take a look at those certified folks who are hired as interventionists to work with students who need additional supports to see if that gave us a bigger bang for our buck and improved student achievement as opposed to having the classroom assistant.
I know you've got some new buildings going up around the county, too. I pass by one of those every day on my drive home, Shepherdstown Elementary School. How is that progress?
It is going great. We are at substantial completion in that building. Unfortunately, it was running a little behind schedule. It was supposed to open in August. We will, just as we did at Ransom, we'll open that building in early January. There's a lot of excitement about that. The staff at Shepherdstown Elementary School is preparing for the move, and we're working on finalizing the preparation for that move right at the end of in December, right before we go home for the Christmas break.
Any other construction updates you can provide for us in the county?
No, general projects, we are adding some secured vestibules to increase our safety and security in our schools. We have 8 schools that need those done. We're going to be able to do half those during the course of this year, different times of the year, and then we'll pick the other 4 up this summer. So those are the major projects right now. We do have a gymnasium, auxiliary gymnasium being built at Washington High School. That's been in the planning for several years, and we were able to get that off the ground last year. Construction started this past spring, and we anticipate that building will be done here in the next few months.
John Gilstrap.
Good morning, Dr. Bishop.
Good morning.
With the opening of Shepherdstown Elementary, which, by the way, is a really cool-looking school. I love the way it's set way back there.
Yes.
As that staff's up, are those new hires that are going in there? Are we drawing down from other schools? How does that work?
Well, so the current Shepherdstown Elementary will be closing.
Okay.
So staff and students will just move from the current building into the new building. So there won't be a need for additional staff. The building will be staffed just as it is now. The only difference will be the school won't be in Shepherdstown. It will be just on the outskirts of town.
How exciting for them to go into a brand new shiny place.
It's a beautiful building.
I have a question going back to the Hope Scholarship. I was going down Route 45 the other day, and I was behind a school bus that is for a very specific religious sect that I imagine there's not a lot of these schools, but it's out of Pennsylvania, Williamsport, and was dropping off a bunch of kids. Can kids use Hope Scholarship money to go to a religious school that is out of state?
Yes.
You meant Williamsport, Maryland, I'm guessing, right?
I said Pennsylvania, didn't I? I went Williamsport, Maryland, yes.
They put them in order. It's West Virginia, then Maryland, then Pennsylvania.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right.
Sort of like the days of the week.
So, yes, it can be used for out of state?
Yes, we have students who go to St. John's. We have students who go to a variety of private schools throughout the area. But yes, they can be used for out of state.
And you said there's about 1,500 students that
total between Hope Scholarship and homeschool. Yes. Okay.
And do homeschoolers qualify for an equivalent of Hope Scholarship? So like whatever it is, whatever it costs for a student, does that go to the home?
Yeah, you can take the Hope Scholarship and homeschool, and there is a long list of expenses that the Hope money can be spent on. So yes, you could actually take the Hope Scholarship and do the home instruction if you choose that path.
Can you do a family field trip to Hawaii with the Hope Scholarship?
I don't know that qualifies.
You can try once.
You may not get reimbursed for that.
Right.
Hey, sir, what about staffing? I know John mentioned briefly about, the need for new staff, and you said everybody's coming over. How short are you guys this year in Jefferson County on certified teachers?
We still have vacancies. We have approximately 80 long-term substitutes who are degreed individuals who do not have an education background who are in our classrooms. Luckily, we're able to find those folks to keep us afloat. We have continued to advertise and post jobs to try to find certified teachers, but it is an uphill battle every day to do that. But we're not so different than a lot of others. I have colleagues still in Virginia who have the same kinds of challenges. We lose folks across the border into Maryland and across the border into Virginia every year because of pay. But the teacher shortage is not just here in Jefferson County. It is across the country. My colleagues here throughout West Virginia have the same issues. So we are able to tap into our long-term sub pool, and those individuals are a lifeline for us. But about 80 right now, and we have a great pool of international teachers who have come on board. We have 27 international teachers in our district that come highly credentialed, certified. Many have master's degrees, and they're teaching everywhere from elementary school to high school mathematics, middle school, high school science, foreign language. So we've tapped into that pool of candidates as well.
It's nice that you're able to find people with those sort of specialties to be able to plug them in, because I know it's math teachers. There's a dearth of math teachers and higher level science teachers. Do you have more? You said you got about 80 permanent subs this year. Is that more or less than last year or the last couple of years? Do you see the trend getting worse or getting better?
That's remained steady since I've been here, at least.
Nice.
We've 1 year we might have 85, the next year might be 78, but we're typically around that 80 number. And our applicant pools aren't very deep. We'll have. I can remember the time where we would have one elementary in my previous life where we'd have one elementary vacancy and we'd get 50 applicants for an elementary vacancy. That might be 5 now. Some of those folks might not be certified. So we always interview those certified people first and abide by West Virginia code in terms of offering positions. But it is a challenge. But our number has been fairly steady, at least in the 2+ years that I've been here. And we are very thankful for those long-term subs that are committed to Jefferson County schools every year.
Well, and for our listeners out there is a program in West Virginia where long-term subs, where there's a path to getting a teacher certification. So if you know anybody with a degree who's looking for a new career, can you sort of explain how that works? Because I think that's a fabulous thing that the state is now doing.
Yeah, in general, we have degreed individuals who come into our schools and they take a long-term sub position, and then through our HR department, they work with the individual to take coursework. We have funded that coursework in the past. We've spent over $100,000 in tuition reimbursement the last 2 years to make sure that we can work towards certification with these people who are who determine that they are committed to our schools and want to become certified. So it's a financial commitment. It's a time commitment for the individual. It's a time commitment for us to help walk them through the program. Last year, we had 14 individuals in Jefferson County who completed the alternative certification path and became certified throughout their time here as a long-term sub. So it is very, very helpful. Our HR department does a great job. Amy Loring, our chief HR officer, and Samantha Vines, who works with our professional staff, they do a really good job of holding people's hands as they walk through the program to make sure that they're getting what they need and the supports that they need to be successful.
Do you guys? Oh, Do you guys do a lot of recruiting of people, older people, who maybe are finishing a current career, government workers, stuff like that, who may want to, teach for 10 years as another career once they're toward retirement?
We do, and last spring we had a campaign from Fed to Ed. So we did try to target as there were the federal government layoffs that were occurring. We captured a little slogan there and tried to recruit people, not only for our professional vacancies, but also for some of our support staff or service personnel vacancies. We've had a couple of very successful recruitment efforts for service personnel, people who want to drive buses, and people who want to be cooks in our schools or serve in a classroom. We've tried to capitalize on the federal government workers and some of the buyouts that occurred as people left federal service, try to get them closer to home and let them serve their community. So our Fed to Ed program was fairly successful.
Dr. Chuck Bishop is our guest, Superintendent of Schools in Jefferson County. Go ahead, John.
So when we talk about long-term substitute teachers, when I was in high school with Thomas Jefferson way back, a substitute teacher, you walk into the classroom and that meant, okay, it's movie day, right? It was just,
Yes.
Is that different now? Is a long-term sub actually the teacher in room 4 every day handling the same kids on a long-term basis?
Yes. Long-term subs have the same expectation as our regular certified teachers. They are the teacher of record in the classroom, and they are the ones who are responsible for providing the instructional program for the students, providing the supports. Their colleagues are critical in helping them be successful. As an example, if you have 4 third-grade teachers and one of those is a long-term sub, the other 3 very often take that other person or that 4th person under their wing and help them plan and help them pace the lessons and to make sure they're in the right place at the right time. So our school-based staff does a really good job of embracing the long-term subs, but no, they're responsible for delivering the instruction, for managing the classroom, for all of those things that our certified teachers are responsible for. We still do have the day-to-day subs, which is more of what you referenced. You walk into your high school English class and you have a sub that day and it's time to turn on Shakespeare or something. We still have those folks in our schools as well. People who come in 1 day a week, 2 days a week to fill a vacancy for somebody who's ill or somebody who has an appointment. So we really have 2 different paths or 2 different employee groups to provide the substituting services.
And is it the same career path? Is it just I forget what you call it, the day-to-day substitute? Mm-hmm. They become a long-term substitute by just saying, I want to become a long-term substitute?
No, the qualifications are different. A long-term sub would have to be degreed. A day-to-day sub would not.
Okay.
So there are some differences.
So we have a parade of people through the studio here from the Planning Commission and with great ideas of more and more development in Jefferson County. And I go driving down the Route 9 corridor and just along Flowing Springs Road, and you just see all of these houses that are popping up everywhere. And there's only so many schools and only so many teachers, and we're having a hard time getting teachers. Do you have a seat at that table when we're talking about how many more people we're bringing in and the pace at which we bring more people?
No, not really. We get notifications from the county about proposed new developments, and at times they will ask for our input on how that might impact a particular school or a particular feeder pattern. But by and large, we're not attending meetings to have these discussions. We're not sitting at the table talking about the impact. And to be honest, the impact right now is very difficult to determine because you see the residential growth in Jefferson County. Just drive around, the Route 9 corridor, and you see all of these new housing starts, and we're just not seeing an equivalent number of students coming into the district. For every new home that is being built, we use a factor of 0.5 students, just based on historical data but with the number of students who are coming into our school district from a new house. We use 0.5 as our what we would call a generation factor.
I wonder what it was when we were kids.
Yeah, I was just trying to think that also. But I mean, a lot of the growth are larger homes. A lot of the growth are people retiring, so they might not do it. I know when you have townhouse developments, you end up with a lot of younger families.
Yes.
So do you, I mean, to follow up on what John said, so do you wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes just shaking about all the development, wondering where you're going to put those kids?
I do. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning a lot of times thinking about a variety of things. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you hold your breath to a degree because from one day to the next, you don't know how many students might show up. We're just not seeing that transition from new home to school enrollment that one might expect in the community. So with all the housing starts, that we had over the last year, we are down approximately 40 students as we are, now almost 10 weeks into the school year. So it's just not a one-for-one kind of impact.
Has the number risen? You were saying 12, 13,000 in, homeschool, Hope Scholarship, stuff like that. Has that number risen precipitously the last couple of years?
Yes, it has. We've, and it was 12 or 1,300.
Yeah.
I meant, 12, 1,300.
Yes.
But
I don't want somebody to...
Yeah, no,
I got Pennsylvania, you got 1,000.
I got 1,000.
They go in order like that. It's like...
See, I'm going by the principle it is better to remain silent and thought a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, but
we have seen the increase.
Is that where the
just
growth
2 years
has gone?
ago,
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Yeah, just 2 years ago we had just shy of 500 Hope Scholarship students. Now we're at approximately 750. So we have seen growth in Hope Scholarship. We'll continue to see growth. Next year is supposed to be the big year as Hope Scholarship comes to full fruition. We'll gauge the impact that it has on our district moving forward. It is very hard to plan and determine how many students we're going to have from year to year because we don't know who might show up.
Dr. Bishop, we have 30 seconds left. Final word is yours.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be on here to talk about some of the issues surrounding public education and across the state as well as here in Jefferson County. We've had a great start to the year. We're incredibly proud of our students and our staff. Last year we had double-digit achievement score increases in many places in our district. So there's a lot of great things happening in Jefferson County.
We appreciate your time this morning very much. Hope to have you on the program again this academic year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Dr. Chuck Bishop, Superintendent of Schools in Jefferson County, third year on the job now. Hired about 2.5 years ago there. This